Welcome to the Discover MyPlate curriculum webinar, an exciting educational journey through the world of nutrition and health. This webinar is intended for kindergarten and preschool teachers and instructors who will be using the Discover MyPlate curriculum. While this webinar showcases the role of team nutrition and its part in educating children about the importance of proper nutrition through partnering with schools to implement healthier strategies, there are two other webinars focused on the Discover MyPlate curriculum that discuss the lessons in depth as well as step-by-step directions on how to order the free curriculum. This webinar will focus on the purpose and goals that Team Nutrition strives to meet. We will discuss the topic of childhood obesity and the need to implement strategies like these curriculums to help combat the rising obesity rates in children. A big part of Team Nutrition is implementing smarter lunchrooms in schools, which allows for students to get more nutrient-rich meals and be more intrigued to want to eat their meals. Finally, we will talk about the importance of teaching students about MyPlate at a young age and teaching them how foods are divided amongst the plate, and the use of moderation techniques. Team Nutrition is an initiative of the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Nutrition Service to support the federal child nutrition programs through training and technical assistance for school nutrition professionals, nutrition education for children and their caregivers, and school and community support for healthy eating and physical activity. Team Nutrition aims to improve children's lifelong eating and physical activity habits using the principles of the Dietary Guidelines for Americans and MyPlate. Schools across the nation have shown their support of this goal by signing up to be Team Nutrition schools. By joining the team, your school can affirm its commitment to helping students make healthier food choices and be more physically active, collaborate with other Team Nutrition schools, learn about new nutrition education and training materials developed under the Team Nutrition Initiative, apply for a Healthier U.S. School Challenge certification to earn national recognition for your school. Team Nutrition provides printed curricula, posters, parent handouts, and other resources free of charge to schools that participate in USDA's child nutrition programs, such as the National School Lunch Program. In addition, materials may be downloaded from the Team Nutrition website at teamnutrition.usda.gov. Where do you fit into the nutrition education spectrum? Are you a nutrition educator? Do you eat breakfast every day? Do you eat lunch at school with your students on a regular basis? Childhood obesity remains an important health concern. In the United States, childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and tripled in adolescents in the past 30 years. The public health focus on childhood obesity reflects concern for children's health, not their physical appearance. Today, we are seeing more children and adolescents develop health problems that previously were not typically seen until adulthood. Obesity in children and adolescents is linked to a number of health problems, including high cholesterol, a condition in which high levels of fat-like substance build up along arterial walls, type 2 diabetes and impaired glucose tolerance, a disorder in how the body uses digested food for growth and energy, high blood pressure, which creates a higher force of blood flow and makes the heart pump harder, social difficulties and poor self-esteem due to increased incidences of bullying and stigmatization due to weight, sleep disturbances and sleep apnea, which result in shortened and restless sleeping time, and finally, orthopedic problems in bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, muscles, and nerves. Did you know the top sources of calories per day for children are grain-based desserts, pizza, and soda? Only 26% of kids ages 6 to 11 eat the recommended amount of fruits. Only 16% of kids eat the recommended amount of vegetables. What types of foods and beverages do children in your school consume? All children, especially when young, need your help to learn how to make healthy food choices and be more physically active. What does nutrition education mean to you? Does your school currently offer nutrition education? What benefits can nutrition education provide to you, your students, and your school community? There are many advantages to helping kids learn about nutrition and the importance of physical activity. Some benefits you might observe this school year, and others might not be realized until years down the road. For example, children with healthier eating and physical activity patterns tend to perform better academically, have lower rates of obesity, and learn the skills they need for lifelong healthy habits. School meals have become healthier. The Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010 resulted in new school meal patterns that focus on whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, provide low-fat or fat-free milk, and set limits on sodium and solid fats. School meals are balanced meals with right-sized portions for children and an appropriate balance between all of the food groups. School meals provide a great opportunity to apply nutrition education learned in class. Fun and interactive nutrition education can also help encourage children to try some of these tasty new offerings in the school cafeteria. For some students, it may be the first time that they have been offered a particular fruit, dark green vegetable, whole grain, or even low-fat milk. How many days a week do you eat breakfast? Students who eat a healthy breakfast have better attention, memory, and do better on tests. However, only 50% of children who are eligible to participate in the free or reduced price school breakfast program do. As educators teaching nutrition, it is important to be aware of, reflect on, our own habits in order to be healthy role models for students. What does being healthy mean to you? What are ways that you tried to be a healthy role model? What nutrition and physical activity goals can you accomplish this year? This curriculum provides a free health assessment like the one you see on this slide to allow you to reflect on your health habits. The MyPlate icon serves as a visual reminder to eat foods from all of the 5 food groups every day. The icon replaced MyPyramid, the former food guidance system, in 2011. Using a familiar image like this, a place setting for a meal, shows how to create a balanced meal. The focus of MyPlate is the 5 food groups, which include fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy. Having a balanced diet is also about choosing foods with less solid fats, added sugars, and sodium. Older students and adults can read the ingredients list and the nutrition facts label to inform them about the nutritional value of the food they are eating. For younger students, you can use the simplified terms of anytime foods and sometimes foods to help children recognize which foods to eat more and less of, respectively. Anytime foods are the healthiest options and are lower in solid fats, added sugars, and sodium. We want to choose anytime foods more often. Examples of anytime foods include whole grain toast, low-fat yogurt, carrot sticks, fruit, seafood and lean meats, lean chicken, and turkey. Sometimes foods have more solid fats, sodium, and/or added sugars. They are foods we want to eat less of. We might eat these foods on a special occasion or as an infrequent treat, but not every day. A sometimes food can belong to a food group. Like other foods in the dairy group, whole milk provides calcium and other nutrients. However, whole milk is also high in solid fats. A healthier anytime choice from the dairy group is a low-fat or fat-free milk, which provides the same nutrients but is low in solid fats. Other sometimes foods do not belong to a food group. They provide little to no nutrition and are mostly made up of solid fats or added sugars. Examples of sometimes foods that do not belong to a food group are candy, cream cheese, soda, and jam. Examples of sometimes food include cookies, donuts, pastries, sugary cereals, bacon, and whole milk. Looking at this slide, challenge yourself to categorize each food as a sometimes food or anytime food. We will look at the answers on the next slide. On this slide, you will notice the foods have been properly categorized as sometimes foods or anytime foods. It is important to realize the nutritional differences But be careful not to depict foods as good or bad foods. Teaching children about anytime and sometimes foods helps them to learn the idea of moderation. Solid fats are fats that are solid at room temperature, such as butter, stick margarine, chicken fat, beef fat, pork fat, lard, and shortening. Most solid fats are high in saturated fats and/or trans fats. Saturated fats and trans fats tend to raise LDL cholesterol levels in the blood. This, in turn, increases the risk for heart disease. Solid fats can be found in foods such as hot dogs, sausages, bacon, regular cheese, whole milk, cakes, cookies, and other baked goods. In contrast to solid fats, oils are fats that are liquid at room temperature, like the vegetable oils used in cooking. Oils are generally better for your health than solid fats because they contain less saturated fats and/or trans fats. Foods such as avocados, olives, and some fish contain healthy oils. Added sugars are sweeteners, sugars, and syrups that are added to foods during processing. Most Americans eat too many foods that are high in added sugars, such as sodas and other sweetened drinks, candy, ice cream, cookies, cakes, and sugary cereals. Check the ingredients list on a food or beverage package. If a form of sugar is listed among the top 3 ingredients, the food is probably high in added sugars. Some types of added sugars are high fructose corn syrup solids, malt syrup, molasses, sucrose, dextrose, lactose, maltose, brown sugar, and honey. It's important to note that sugars are found naturally in fruit as fructose, milk, and other dairy products as lactose. These sugars are part of the naturally occurring package of nutrients that these fruits and dairy products provide. Added sugars, like those found in a candy bar or in a can of soda, add calories but no nutrients. That's why low-fat milk and an apple are anytime foods, while a cupcake is a sometimes food. Being healthy is not only about making healthy food choices and eating balanced meals, it is also about being physically active. For optimal health, it is recommended that young children, ages 2 to 5, should play actively several times a day. A specific amount of time is not recommended, but activities should be developmentally appropriate, fun, varied, and can occur in short bursts throughout the day. Children and adolescents ages 6 to 17 should get at least 60 minutes of physical activity each day. Adults ages 18 to 64 should do at least 2 hours and 30 minutes each week of aerobic physical activity at a moderate level, or 1 hour and 15 minutes each week of aerobic physical activity at a vigorous level. Being active 5 or more hours each week can provide even more health benefits. Spreading aerobic activity out over at least 3 days a week is best. Also, each activity should be done for at least 10 minutes at a time. Adults should also do strengthening activities like push-ups, sit-ups, and lifting weights at least 2 days a week. Learn more about physical activity and healthy nutrition by visiting ChooseMyPlate.gov.